To have you back here at Talent Africa.
Yes, I know every time we're meeting for a different event, it's always like a whole different vibe. This is the vibe I love you the most, where you're the busiest, where you go up and down. So I'm excited to hear what you have to say and how you have to answer our questions. Our first question will be, we've been partnering with Nyege Nyege for a very long time. I would like you to simply get us through the venue, the dates, maybe some production, and maybe the ticket prices, so that we kill the bull from the head.
Yeah, man. It's always a pleasure to be the official event company of Nyege Nyege. Partnering with Nyege Nyege for the last 8 years. It's been a great journey, and keeps getting better and better every year. This year again is going to be another very special event. It's happening from the 14th to 17th of November. There's going to be 7 stages, 300 acts, a beautiful site right on the shores of the River Nile at the Jinja Golf Club. It's going to be 3 days of nonstop fun with a lot of different experiences. We're going to ensure a safe and sound experience with lots of surprises in terms of production and stages and lineups, which we're going to talk more about. And there's a whole Nyege in the city experience as well that Derek's going to elaborate more on. Tickets are already been on sale for quite some time. There's an early bird special that's going on till the 31st, and you can get those at nyegenyege.com. And yeah, tell me what else you want to know, my friend.
What I would like to know is, the fact that Nyege Nyege is always introducing us to so many beautiful acts. Matter of fact, every time I go to Nyege Nyege, I'm looking for who the future is. So I'm actually looking for people that we do not know. But most Ugandans love the Ugandan artists and would like to know who is on the list for our Ugandan superstars.
Well, we have a whole bunch. I'm going to announce just a few of them today. Some of them include Kenneth Mugabe, Pia Pounds, Rachel Ray, Zex, DJ Alicia, Vans, Forever Etania, Dennis C, Ali Deki Bryan, of course yourself, Joe Quiz, Sheila Salta, and so many more. We're going to be dropping the local lineup in the next few days, and it's going to be another exciting announcement. But that's just a tease about what we have coming.
Yeah. Every time there's a conversation of we are having or we're not having Nyege Nyege, in my heart, I'm always thinking of, what are the pros and cons? So my question here being, what is the economic impact? What do you, as Talent Africa, accept Nyege Nyege to do to the people of Jinja and the whole, village together?
There's a huge economic impact of Nyege Nyege. I mean, first of all, it's the biggest tourism event in Uganda. There's no other weekend that registers as many visas at Entebbe Airport than any other day in the calendar. We sell out all the hotels in Jinja, in Jeru, and all the surrounding areas. We fill up the city, the restaurants, the bars, the shops, the boda bodas, the craft markets. Everyone is busy that weekend, and they make business like they haven't made on any other weekend. There's a lot of job creation through the festival itself. On the site, there's 2,000 people working, and another 2,000 who are working off the site. So it's a huge job creation. Local procurement, we have goods and services from local suppliers. There's also a tax revenue that the URA gains through the festival. So there's a lot of economic benefits actually.
Nice, thank you so much. If you have any questions for Ali, note them down. When we're done with the panel, we'll definitely come back to Ali. And now let's talk with the man who, whenever you have to say Nyege Nyege in 2024, just like a few other years before, you have to put Uganda Waraji on the Nyege Nyege name. It does make sense, the spirit that does bind us. Please, again, tell us why are we partnering with Nyege Nyege again? And if you can recollect, how many other Nyege Nyeges have we had, in your opinion?
Thank you. Good evening, Uganda.
Good evening, sir.
First of all, very excited that we are part of the 9th edition of Nyege Nyege. And I'll tell you, it's not a surprise that we still have hung around with this partnership for that long. And I think for most of the 9 years, we've been part of the 8. And it's very clear.
Wow. What happened on the 1? That was the first one.
That was the experiment.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but I think when you think about even the onset of Nyege Nyege, it taps into a lot of our own Ugandan entrepreneurial spirit, and a brand like ours, which celebrates the most authentic Uganda experience, cultural melting point that we have in Jinja, showcasing a lot of our arts, a lot of our culture, a lot of our musicians, and I'm glad that whenever Nyege Nyege is happening, we're headlining with most upcoming artists to give them that much needed platform. So for us, it's a perfect fit for our brand, and but most important, it does answer a lot of questions for our consumers who are looking for those authentic Ugandan experiences where they can gather and freely express themselves.
Nice. So every time, like today, we're looking forward to the main lineup, main stage, Nyege Nyege. But as Uganda Waraji, you always have your own distinct and visible experience. How are you going to be activating Uganda Waraji at the festival? What would come to my mind is there has to be a Uganda Waraji stage. So is it going to be there? And how is the vibe going to be like on that stage in particular?
So, like we've always done in the past, we're in the business of celebrating life everywhere and every day, right? We're definitely going to give you an amazing experience. There'll be a grand stage which we shall be collaborating with the organizers, where you'll have the best of Uganda Origin experience that you can see. And I think what will add to that this time around is the experience will not just be for the night experience. We have an amazing fun pack which will come to life in the day and also extend beyond just the festival into the town. And that's what I love about this specific edition. So you'll have one of the experiences you haven't seen before that will be also underpinned by Uganda Origin as a brand.
Mm. From the lineup that Ali gave us, or maybe you might have read some other Nyege Nyege people, who are you most excited to watch for this experience?
I won't pick a name here because I'm looking forward to getting a lot of Ugandan musicians' experiences when I'm in Nyege Nyege. So mine is a blank canvas. I'm ready to paint it with whoever is going to excite me.
I like that. You're gonna have a good time. Have you've been to Nyege Nyege, of course?
Yep.
What is most fun for you aside of Uganda Waraji? Don't mention Uganda Waraji in this answer. Apart from Uganda Waraji, what do you love to do as a person?
I think for me, it's the kind of free spirit it evokes when you're in Nyege Nyege. I mean, the last time I was there, I think I was up and about till 5 a.m. I didn't notice I was on my feet since 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. So I definitely love the fact that I'll be a very free spirit, free to do what I want, free to enjoy Uganda Oraji, even if you don't want me to mention it.
Yes.
Yeah, but most important, I definitely look forward to seeing what our creatives can bring forward and seeing how they can interact a lot with our brands in service of our consumers.
Thank you so much, Mr. Francis. Definitely is nice talking to you. Let's now get talk to. Yeah, please, you can feel free to clap for Mr. Francis. Good thinking.
Nice to be here. Good evening to you all. Once again, I'm called Sarah Wabiera. I'm here to represent Jinja City as a whole.
Nice. All right, when she's done, I hope we can do better on the clapping because I feel like Jinja City has been really nice to Nyege Nyege for so many years. I keep waiting. Maybe they will change the location, but there's no better location than the source of the Nile. You have a very beautiful place. So again, we are very happy to have you here. How does Jinja City view the whole Nyege Nyege festival in aligning to the whole cultural essence of of the whole district? I don't know if you just call it the whole district or if it's a whole region. How do they align together with what Nyege Nyege stands for?
Yes, first of all, Nyege Nyege as a festival, it really aligns with the vision of Jinja City. Because the Jinja City vision is it enhances tourism. Tourism as the major mission for Jinja City. So it enhances tourism promotion. You find that Nyege Nyege as an event, a festival, an annual event, now we are terming it as annual. It really enhances, it goes with the vision of Jinja City to enhance tourism promotion and local economic development within the area.
Nice. How is Jinja City or the council, the leaders of Jinja, how are they helping Nyege Nyege to make it easier for the festival and for the people?
By the way, Jinja City political leadership is so positive about this event because it has so much impact, positive impact with the community within Jinja. There are so many activities which take place in Jinja, which benefits political leadership and the technical side, plus the community as whole. One, because when it comes political leadership, if Nyege Nyege City Ali does not have the support of political leadership, it's bound to fail. You have to enhance and you bring together the stakeholders within the city. So you find that it has, because this political leadership, it has a diversity of cultural diversity. We have a cultural diversity. There are so many cultures within Jinja City.
Even our Wazungu people love to stay in Jinja
Exactly.
so much.
It's across Wazungu, Indians, Chinese, all. And the culture, the traditional cultural tribes within Uganda. They are
Yes.
within the city.
Madam Sarah,
Yes.
is Jinja City ready for Nyege Nyege?
True, it's very ready for Nyege Nyege.
I like that your answer was coming in before the question is over.
It's
All right.
very ready for Nyege Nyege event. And all the hotels and lodges, guest houses are ready for Nyege Nyege.
I had
Because it accrues to the revenue of the city. When it comes to local hotel tax, it's being collected and it's realized during that time. Because every hotel, every breakfast and the bed houses, they all work during that time. It's not that it's a one event and it is specifically to one individual. It cuts across.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
We cannot wait to come to Nyege Nyege. Will you be attending Nyege Nyege?
Why not?
I thank you.
Yeah.
I thank you so much. Please come on. How are you, Derek?
I'm really, really excited. I'm happy. You know, we took a bit of time to announce all the fine details of this year's edition, but now we're locked in, so ready to go.
Niceness. You guys have been doing Nyege activation parties, getting people geared up for Nyege. How has that been for you? And what are some of the places that you feel like, yeah, Nyege Nyege 2024 is alive?
Yeah, I mean, last Saturday we were in Gulu at the D Plus Lounge, collaborating with a local festival there called Werwa Festival. And we've been collaborating with different festivals across the country, and that was a great lounge. We heard some dingy dingy, some raka raka. We had some Afro house, some artists from Kampala also joining in, and just getting people up north geared up to the festival. The weekend before we were in Nairobi, you know, not forgetting the Kenyan family, making sure that everybody's aware over there. That was great. We came in with about 8 Ugandan artists and some artists from Tanzania, just you know, raising the hype. Next weekend we're going to be in Imbarara, then we're going to be in Mbale, making sure everybody's
Wow.
locked in.
Wow, this is a little unscripted, but there are people who are calling me about it. They have like a transportation from Barara. The people who are trying to come together. Have you heard about such people?
Yeah. There's party buses, and
Party buses, yes.
of course we don't. The festival can't cater and organize every single thing, so there's a lot of entrepreneurs coming together, locking in a hotel in Jinja, getting their friends together, you know, organizing these little warm-up parties, bringing 1 bus, 2 bus, 3 buses, and just making sure that the whole country is represented.
Nice. So people are putting themselves together to plan on how to come. I like that. Why are we calling this the Afro Galactic Carnival? It is really powerful as well when I say it. Why do we have Afro Galactic Carnival, and what does it mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those themes where everybody sort of owns it in their own way. You know, for me, it's a combination of the past and the future. You know, it's a combination of space and the cosmic element. You know, the planets. Like we're gearing up for, you know, going as far as we can, but also it's African in essence. You know, in this year we're really putting an emphasis on culture, not only food but also crafts, storytelling, history, philosophy, beliefs. To, you know, there's a lot of people that have different sort of upbringings in the country, and that's what makes Nyege Nyege very rich. And recently, I saw in the papers, on the basis of the census, that some tribes are even disappearing. Some languages are disappearing. You know, and this is why we thought, you know, we need to look into the future, but we also need to look into the past and the present and see how these things combined. And Carnival, because it's going to be a crazy, crazy carnival. Everybody's going to bring their crazy ideas about what they feel is the future, what is like their sort of alien self, like just, encourage people to make up their own evaluation of the theme.
Yeah, I like the word carnival because of how the outfits are going to look like. If the girls choose to dress up at a carnival, we're definitely going to have a good time. As somebody who has been with Nyege Nyege from before it was born, tell us a little bit about the journey and how it's transcended to 2024 from the very beginning.
Yeah, I mean, Nyege Nyege started in Bunga around 2014 and in a very Pan African neighborhood, I can say. And it started from hip hop, dancehall, MC culture, ciphers, and basically people, especially artists, that were looking for different sounds and they weren't really getting exposed in the clubs at the time, on the TVs, on the radios. So they found in our parties a sort of way to express themselves. And that's how things got started. A lot of women getting, to get into DJing for the first time, conscious hip hop, MCs, getting the microphone when they weren't really getting it in other places. Then also figuring out like hybrid sounds, how to combine traditional with electronic. And also, Kampala attracts people from all over the country and from all over the world and all over Africa. And I think Nyege Nyege in our parties at the time really encompassed that. You found the Ethiopians, the Congolese, but you also found the Acholi DJ, and you found the Kadodi DJ, and you found just a mix of people that felt like they needed space. And Nyege Nyege has always been about creating space for everyone and making sure that everybody feels free and good and represented, and that it also creates opportunity across the board.
What new activities there at Nyege Nyege that for people who have been to Nyege Nyege, they feel like, oh man, am I going to do this thing again? How has it been spiced it up for people to feel like, you know what, this is another one I cannot miss?
Chris, this is a 1 hour long question.
Okay,
We're gonna have to sum it up. But this year,
yeah.
we're changing the game when it comes to festivals. And basically, what is gonna happen is that we found that now that we're in the city, people used to stay in their hotel too long in the daytime. And Nyege Nyege is 24/7. We have programs
Hakuna
all
kulala.
the time. Akuna kulala. So, but we found that people would come back to the sites like around 6 p.m., 7 p.m. So you say, you know what? Let's just shut down at 8 a.m. and we open up the entire city. And that's the big difference. So we're gonna have the 7 stages on the river, your whole like experience from 3 p.m. to 8 a.m. But now from 8 a.m. we're opening up in the city with more than 25 different stages and activities. It's gonna be
Around the
nuts,
city.
nuts everywhere, everywhere. And it literally goes from tuk-tuk parties, boat parties, whiskey tasting, fine dining brunches, bird watching, history tours of the city. Name it, you have it. We're gonna have, cinemas opening up. We're gonna have, panels and workshops, and we're gonna have like, so basically, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna have this map that tells you there's 25 different things going around in Jinja City, and we're working with people in Jinja. We've opened up. Basically, we had a call. We said, look, if you're doing anything in Jinja that is worth people going to, we're gonna send you people. If you're the Railway Museum, we're gonna send you people. If you're doing a disco party, we're gonna send you people. If you have a great restaurant, we're gonna send you people. And that's what we're about this year. Is in the night we all gather together and we party on the Nile. But in the day, we see what is happening in Jinja City. For example, we have one event called the Sudanese Pavilion, financed by the Danish Embassy, and that's going to highlight. There's a crazy things happening in Sudan right now. 11 million people are displaced. That means we have a lot of artists. Remember, Uganda is the number one country in the world that welcomes refugees. But when we think of refugees, we think of just like people moving with their families, this and that. But there's also artists, intellectuals. So we're going to give space to these people to bring their food, their crafts, their music, this and that. So we're really going to make sure that in the daytime, there's so many things to do and really rethink what's a festival. A festival is about getting together, learning new things, making new friends, and expanding your mind onto what's possible. and that's what this year is going to be about.
Wow, you got me right there.
You're in.
Even as the
You're
host of the
in.
festival,
You're in.
you got me right there, man. You did explain everything. Lastly, from my list of questions, how do you put together, how did you rate the whole Nyege Nyege experience in terms of the talent? Because I've met so many DJs at Nyege Nyege, and the next year I'm seeing they are performing in Berlin. I'm like, bruh, how did they do this? I've seen even Ugandan artists, for example, even Joshua Baraka before he blew up. Malcolm was saying this the other day. There was people experienced him at Nyege Nyege before he blew. So tell me, how do you put together the list? How do you say we finalized on the list? And I know it's been too much work for you and the team at Talent Africa, canceling and adding and doing all that. So what is the criteria? Let's say for an artist or for anyone who's wondering, how do they do this?
I mean, first of all, there's an open door policy. If you have new music, if you're upcoming, wherever you are, you can always send us music, and we're always open. We're always going to listen. Then it's really about keeping an ear on the ground, making sure, let me say for traditional music, all year long, we travel the country, we see who's doing what are the acts that we want to bring. Then we work with different collectives. Let me say, Buddha Stage, Expressions, Bantu Vibes. All of these are young collectives that are, there's We Are One, Soul Tribe. There's all these different collectives that are constantly bringing out new artists. So we check on them, we ask them. Then we also ask our sponsors, they're all about the party. They have their ear on the ground. We ask, what do you guys think? Who should we bring? Who should be the headliners? And we ask the public, people that come every year to the festival, who do you want to see? So we really try and source as much information from everyone, and then we try and add also an extra spice. Like for example, this year we have this band coming from Japan, the legendary band from Japan. We have this 75-year-old lady from France. She plays this instrument from the medieval times. She's gonna be there. We've got the world champion of whistling from Sudan. He's coming.
There's a world champion of whistling.
There is, and if you're gonna hear him, your heart is going to cry, bro. Like the program, like it's magic. Like we just try and see, and also make sure we give opportunities to artists that people don't really know, and that's always a challenge. I have to say, Ugandans sometimes they just want to know what they know. But now Nyege Nyege is about what you don't know, and we want you to get excited. It's not about Elijah or Joshua or Cindy or this one or that one is gonna be there. Okay, there's those but we want people to get excited about those they don't know, because like you said, 2022, Joshua Baraka is playing at the Bantu Vibe stage. Nobody knows who he is. 2 years later, he's one of our biggest stars. That's what Nyege Nyege is about. Nyege Nyege is about putting you up there when nobody cares about you. And because in the future, you're going to be big. And whoever you're going to see this year at Nyege Nyege, trust, we've got some stars in the making.
Wow.
I just want to give a big round of thanks to our sponsors who make Nyege Nyege possible. Uganda Waraji, thank you for being with us. UBL for the last 8 years. NRG Radio, MTN, and MTN Momo. Definitely the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife, and Antiquities. The Busoga Kingdom, the Jinja City Council, Nyege Nyege Tapes, and NBS. You guys have been with us a long time. We've been with all these partners for multiple years. I just want to give a word of thanks to them for continuing to support Nyege Nyege and Talent Africa. Thank you very much.
Every previous edition, this is like a whale landing on the beach.
All right, so the ticket prices.
So the price right now, it's only 200,000 shillings, taxes included. Big up to the URA. So we make sure something is going back to the community there, and it's 200,000 for 4 days. Even if you're just gonna come to 2 days to the festival, it's still better to buy the early bird ticket right now. So that's very important. So you make sure that you got that little kitty ready for that. And after that, we're gonna have weekend tickets and daytime tickets at the gate. So it's really best to get an early bird up to the end of the week. And I can say that you should really get that ticket, because without the ticket, without people buying tickets, we can't do this. you know. So we would just be down to basically remaining stoic, you know, and not be able to move if it wasn't for people actually supporting. So you know, we really want people to see that, you know, more than attending an event, they're supporting a movement, you know, and that movement is Nyege Nyege, and it can't exist with 300 artists, with all the decoration, with all the events. It doesn't work without people contributing a ticket. So we know it's still expensive, but at the same time, when you look at other events in Kampala right now, I feel like 4 days, the kind of entertainment that people are getting day and night, you know, it's it's a it's a gift. So go for it.
Definitely worth it. The third is definitely worth it. Like he says, even if you're only going for the 2 days or the weekend, you definitely need the early bird. It's cheaper than all of those options, and there's no mercy at the gate. You get me? You get to pay a lot more money. So let's
That's
plan
right.
ahead.
And please let me just, you know, re-emphasize what Ali said about our partnerships.